Jimenez v. Cabangbang, GR, number 15905, August 3, 1966. Summary: Congressman Bartolome Cabangbang wrote a letter alleging that there are planners who are controlling the petitioners to help fulfill the goal of an insidious plan. The letter was addressed to the president and was likewise published in several newspapers. Plaintiffs instituted a libel case against Cabangbang. SC ruled that even though the letter is not within the purview of speech or debate of Article 6, Section 15 of the 1935 Constitution, which protects the congressman from suit, the allegation made in the letter was still insufficient to support the plaintiff's action, as the letter itself provided the possibility that the plaintiffs are just unwitting tools of the plan of which they may have absolutely on knowledge. Opponent D. Chief Justice Conscription. Facts: Plaintiffs Nicanor T. Jimenez, Carlos J. Albert and Jose L. Lucban instituted in the CFI Rizal a civil action for the recovery of several sums of money, by way of damages, for the publication of an allegedly libelous letter of defendant Bartolome Cabangbang. Bartolome Cabangbang was a member of the House of Representatives and chairman of its Committee on National Defense. In the letter Cabangbang wrote, he alleged 3 operational plans made by unnamed planners, all of which aims to put the military or a military person in control of the government. In connection to Plan 1, he wrote, it is reported that the planners have under their control the following: 1. Colonel Nicanor Jimenez of NICA, 2. Lieutenant Colonel Jose Lucban of NBI, 3. Captain Carlos Albert, PN, of G2AFP, 4. Colonel Fidel Lamas of MIS, 5. Lieutenant Colonel Jose Regalo of the Psychological Warfare Office, DND, and 6. Major Jose Rena of the Public Information Office, DND. To ensure this control, the planners purportedly sent Lieutenant Colonel Job Mayo, Chief of MIS, to Europe to study, and while Mayo was in Europe, he was relieved by Colonel Fidel Lamas. They also sent Lieutenant Colonel Diogracias Caballero, Chief of Psychological Warfare Office, DND, to USA to study, and while Caballero was in USA, he was relieved by Lieutenant Colonel Jose Regala. The planners wanted to relieve Lieutenant Colonel Ramon Galvezon, Chief of CIS, but failed. Hence, Galvezon is considered a missing link in the intelligence network. It is, of course, possible that the officers mentioned above are unwitting tools of the plan of which they may have absolutely no knowledge. CFI dismissed the case, hence this appeal. Defendant's argument: the letter is not libelous, and that, even if it was, said letter is a privileged communication. Issue 1 of 2, whether or not the letter falls within the purview of the phrase speech or debate therein of Article 6. Section 15 of the 1935 Constitution. Held, no. The senators and members of the House of Representatives shall in all cases except treason, felony, and breach of the peace, be privileged from arrest during their attendance at the sessions of the Congress, and in going to and returning from the same, and for any speech or debate therein, they shall not be questioned in any other place. Article 6, Section 15. Said expression refers to 1. Utterances made by congressmen in the performance of their official functions, such as speeches delivered, statements made, or votes cast in the halls of Congress, while the same is in session. 2. Bills introduced in Congress, whether the same is in session or not, or 3. Other acts performed by congressmen, either in Congress or outside the premises housing its offices, in the official discharge of their duties as members of Congress and of congressional committees duly authorized to perform its functions as such, at the time of the performance of the acts in question. The publication does not belong to any of these categories. Issue 2 of 2, whether or not the publication is libelous. Held, number The defendant qualified the involvement of the plaintiffs in the insidious plan by saying that there's a possibility that they themselves are unaware of the plan and are unaware that they are being used to achieve the goal of the plan. The statement is not derogatory as it just states a fact, that they are officers of our armed forces, that as such they are by law, under the control of the Secretary of National Defense and the Chief of Staff, and that the letter seems to suggest that the group therein described as planners include these two high-ranking officers. Plaintiffs alleged that the intent of the letter is to impeach their reputation. This is not the intent of the letter.